Have you ever sat quietly next to your spouse and felt like there was a distance between you even though you're right beside each other? At one time, it was love, laughter, holding hands, and dreams of growing old together. But now, maybe it feels like something has shifted. There's less laughter, more silence, more frustration than joy. If you've felt this, you're not alone. Many women, especially in long marriages, find that their feelings toward their husbands change with time. But why? And more importantly, what can be done to bring closeness back? In this video, we'll explore the quiet reasons love changes and how you can find your way back to connection, companionship, and care. Stay with us until the end, because even a small understanding can make a big difference. Section 1. The gentle fade of romance. When a woman first falls in love, everything feels new and exciting. She sees her partner's flaws, but she's willing to overlook them. She tells herself, "We'll figure it out." In the beginning, love feels magical, but as the years pass, life gets busier. Raising children, working, paying bills, caring for aging parents. The little things that used to feel cute, like his forgetfulness or his silly habits, start to feel frustrating. The man she once saw as fun-loving might now seem immature. The man who was once ambitious might now seem distant or unavailable. It's not that she stopped loving him. It's that life changed, and maybe he didn't change with it. Section 2. Carrying the weight alone. In many homes, especially as couples age, women find themselves carrying more than their share of the load. They manage the home, plan the meals, schedule the doctor visits, take care of grandchildren, and still try to hold the emotional pieces of the family together. And sometimes, it feels like no one notices. When a husband doesn't step in to help, physically or emotionally, his wife may start to feel more like a caregiver than a partner. That imbalance builds quiet resentment. She may not say anything, but she feels it in her body, in her tiredness, in her silence. She starts to pull away, not out of anger, but out of exhaustion. Section 3. The disappearing intimacy. Intimacy isn't just about physical closeness, it's also about feeling wanted, appreciated, and emotionally connected. As women age, their bodies change, hormones shift, desire may fade, but that doesn't mean they stop craving affection. They still want to feel beautiful. They still want to feel seen. And when affection fades, not just in the bedroom but in everyday life, a woman may feel invisible in her own marriage. A goodbye kiss, a gentle touch, a kind word. Without these, she starts to feel like a stranger in her own home. Section 4. Unspoken words and old wounds. Many couples stop talking the way they used to. Not about groceries or bills, but about feelings. When something bothers her, she may try to bring it up, only to feel dismissed. Over time, she stops trying. The little hurts pile up, and because they're never talked about, they slowly build a wall. A woman who once shared everything with her husband may now keep her feelings to herself, and the silence between them grows louder. Section 5. A journey of self-discovery. As women grow older, something else happens. They begin to rediscover who they are. The children grow up. The career slows down, The house becomes quieter, and suddenly there is space to think. What do I want? What makes me happy? Do I feel seen or small? For the first time in years, a woman might start to focus on herself and realize that her marriage no longer gives her the emotional connection she needs. Not because she's selfish, but because she finally has the time and courage to ask, "What about me?" Section 6. The way back to each other. So what can be done? Is it too late to turn things around? Not at all, but healing begins with honesty. If you are a husband watching this, ask her how she feels, and listen, really listen. If you are a wife, know that your feelings are valid. You are not wrong for wanting more. Talk to each other. Go for a walk together. Hold hands again, even if it feels awkward at first. Leave little notes. Smile more often. Apologize when you fall short. The path back to love isn't grand gestures. It's small, kind moments, repeated daily. Section 7. When friendship fades. In a strong marriage, friendship is just as important as romance. In the early years, many couples laugh together, share stories, and talk late into the night. But as time passes, that friendship sometimes fades. Life becomes busy. Conversations shrink down to chores, errands, or health problems. And without realizing it, the couple stops being each other's best friend. This can make a woman feel lonely, even in a house full of people. She may miss the days when her husband asked how her day was or when they joked around like old times. But here's the truth. Friendship can be rebuilt. It starts small. Ask about her day. Watch a show together. Sit outside and share memories. Listen without trying to fix everything. Being friends again is often the first step toward feeling like partners again. Section 8. The loss of emotional safety. Many women in long-term marriages say they don't feel emotionally safe anymore. Not because their husband is unkind, but because they don't feel free to be vulnerable. They're afraid to cry in front of him. They hold back their opinions to avoid arguments. They hide their stress because they feel he won't understand. When a woman feels she has to carry all her emotions alone, she begins to close off. And when the heart shuts down, the love fades too. Emotional safety is when you feel seen, heard, and accepted. To rebuild that safety, couples must create space to share feelings without judgment. No yelling, no interrupting, just listening and holding space. Even if it's uncomfortable at first, emotional safety is the soil where love grows again. Section 9. Feeling taken for granted. Over time, many women begin to feel invisible in their own marriage. She cooks, cleans, helps with grandkids, manages bills, keeps up with appointments, and still doesn't feel appreciated. She may think, if I stopped doing all of this, would he even notice? That feeling of being taken for granted can quietly break a woman's heart. She doesn't always want a grand thank you. Sometimes, she just wants a warm hug and the words, "I see everything you do. Thank you." That kind of simple recognition can fill the heart in a powerful way. So if you're a husband watching this, look around. Notice the little things she does, and tell her. Because unspoken love is often mistaken for no love at all. Section 10. The silent comparisons. As people age, it's natural to look back and reflect, but sometimes those reflections turn into comparisons. A woman may see happy couples holding hands and wonder, why don't we do that anymore? She may remember how her husband used to flirt, compliment her, or plan little surprises. And now, she feels like she's just part of the routine. These silent comparisons can lead to quiet sadness. She doesn't want a perfect love story, just to feel chosen again, to feel like her presence still excites him, that he still sees her beauty, not just her wrinkles. If both partners can bring back even a little bit of that early spark, through compliments, kind words, or small gestures, it can bring color back to the relationship. Love doesn't need to be loud. It just needs to feel alive. Section 11. The power of saying, I'm sorry. Over time, every marriage collects its share of wounds, harsh words, broken promises, missed moments. And sometimes those hurts never fully heal, because no one ever said, I'm sorry. Many women hold on to quiet pain. They remember the time they felt ignored, or when their needs weren't met, or when their husband chose work, friends, or silence over their connection. They may not bring it up anymore, but they haven't forgotten. A sincere apology, even for things that happened years ago, can open the heart again. It's not about blame. It's about acknowledging that pain was caused and offering comfort. If you're willing to say, I see where I hurt you and I'm truly sorry, you may be surprised how much healing can begin with those simple words. Because forgiveness often starts with just being heard. Love doesn't disappear overnight. It fades slowly like a sunset. But just as the sun rises again each morning, so can love. If both partners are willing to try, to understand, to grow together. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you found this message meaningful, please let me know by commenting number 1 below. And if this message touched your heart, share it with someone who might need to hear it. Because even after all these years, love is still possible, and you still deserve to feel it. Would you like me to continue this script with more sections, like forgiveness, aging together, or how to ask for what you need?